Test, test, test.
Is this That's so exciting. Good evening, and welcome to the 2023 organizational meeting for the Gahanna City Council. I now call the meeting to order and would first invite Councilwoman Nancy McGregor to say the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
Father, we ask your blessings on the residents of our city. We ask your wisdom on our city officials as we make decisions for the city of Gahanna. We ask your protection on the police and military members who stand on the wall protecting our citizens. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Angelou.
Here.
Bowers.
Here.
McGregor.
Here.
Padova.
Here.
Renner.
Here.
Schnetzer.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Thank you. Our first order of business is election of President of Council for 2023. So I now open the floor to nominations for President of Council for 2023. Do I have any nominations?
Madam Mayor?
Mr. Weaver.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Stephen Renner as president.
Thank you. I don't, Mr. Clerk, I believe we do not need second, correct. Okay. Are there any other nominations for president? Mr. Renner, do you accept that nomination?
I humbly do, thank you.
All right. So if there are no further nominations, is there any discussion? All right. Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll. Oh, wait. I need a motion, don't I? Thank you. Got it. Now I need a motion. Having the nomination having been accepted by Mr. Renner, now I need a motion to elect Stephen Renner as President of Council for 2023.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Schnetzer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Angelou, second. Any discussion? Now, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Schnetzer.
Yes.
Angelou.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
McGregor.
yes.
Padova.
Yes.
Renner.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Congratulations, Mr. Renner.
Thank you.
And I will turn the meeting over to you. It's easier sitting over there.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, good evening. Second item on our agenda, I now open the floor for nominations for Vice President of the Council.
Mr. President. I'd like to nominate Trenton Weaver for the role of Vice President of Council.
Have a first for Trenton Weaver. Are there any other nominations? All right, seeing none. May I have a motion to appoint and elect Trenton Weaver as Vice President of the Council?
So moved.
Second.
Second, a first by Ms. Bowers, a second by Mr. Schnetzer. Roll call, please.
Bowers.
Yes.
Schnetzer.
Yes.
McGregor.
Yes.
Padova.
Yes.
Renner.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Angelou.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Trenton, congratulations, you're Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, everyone.
All right, bear with me a second. Item D, representatives and other assignments by the president. I will make the following assignments to our boards. They're not going to be any surprise because they're basically what we had last year. For Community Improvement Corporation, it'll be myself and Trenton Weaver. Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission will be Karen Angelou. Convention and Visitors Bureau will be chaired by Kaylee Padova. School Board Liaison will be Marissa Bowers. Incentive Advisory Board will be Marissa Bowers and Michael Schnetzer. Volunteer Peace Officers Dependents Fund will be Nancy McGregor and myself. And Finance Chair, last but not least, will be Michael Schnetzer. Thank you, sir. Item E, council appointments to boards and commissions. A motion to approve the following reappointments to boards and commissions for 3-year terms expiring December 31st, 2025. I'll read these into the record and then I'll ask for a motion. Ross Beckman for Board of Zoning Building Appeals, seat 1. Brian Wright for Civil Service Commission, seat 2. Sylvia Cremarius for Community Reinvestment Area Housing Council, seat 4. Mike Giando, sorry, Landscape Board, seat 3. Kevin McGinn, Parks Recreation Board, seat 1. Michael Tamarkin for Planning Commission, seat 4. William Sweeney for Property Appeals Board, seat 1. And Laura Dockenbach for Records Commission, seat 1. Do I have a motion to set forth these commissions, these appointments? Have a first by Ms. Angelou. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Bowers. Any discussion? Jeremy, please call the roll.
Angelou,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Padova,
Yes.
Renner,
Yes.
Schnetzer,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
McGregor.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Item F, mayor appointments to boards and commissions. Madam Mayor.
Unfortunately, I do not have my computer up right now, so if you could read them to me, Mr. Runner, I would appreciate it.
I can certainly do that. And Happy New Year. Lauren Eisen for Board of Zoning Building Appeals, seat 2. John Hicks for Planning Commission, seat 5. Chris Shewitt for Landscape Board, seat 4. Sarah Apalia for Property Appeals Board, seat 4. And Donna Simmons for Parks and Recreation Board, seat 2.
Correct.
Mayor, and I think you also have an appointment to the Fair Housing Board concurrent with the term of office for civil service for Wally Contrias, Fair Housing Board, seat 3.
That is also correct. Yes, thank you.
So noted in the record. Thank you. Item G, establishment time and day of regular city hall, city council and committee of the whole meetings. I don't see a need to actually change precedent and change history. We have always met on Mondays at 7 o'clock. So I'd like to go forward with that, 7 p.m. on the Monday of each month. If the regular meeting falls on observed holiday, then the meeting will occur on the following Tuesday at 7 p.m. Likewise, we'll need a motion to establish the Committee of the Whole regular meetings to be held at 7 p.m. on Mondays of each month. If the regular meeting falls on observed city holiday, the meeting will occur the following on Tuesday at 7 p.m. To have a motion to set forth into the record that the City Council and the Committee of the Whole meetings will meet on those times and days.
Point of order, Mr. President. I believe that the city council regular meetings would be the first and third Mondays of the month, and the committee of the whole meetings would be the second and fourth Mondays of the month at 7 p.m. So moved, so long as there's that clarity.
Thank you for that clarification. Have a first by Bowers and second by Ms. Angelou.
Sure.
Any discussion, further discussion on that? All right, Jeremy, please call the roll.
Bowers,
Yes.
Angelou,
Yes.
Renner,
Yes.
Schnetzer,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
McGregor,
Yes.
Padova.
Yes.
Great. Item H, establishment of board and commissions for organizational meeting for 2023. I'm going to just read these in the record, and then I want a motion to accept these. Landscape Board will meet a Wednesday, January 11th at 6 p.m. Planning Commission shall meet, start their meetings Wednesday, January 11th at 7 p.m. Parks and Recreation Board, Wednesday, January 11th at 7:15 p.m. Records Commission, Tuesday, it's January 17th at 4:30 p.m. Property Appeals Board, Wednesday, January 18th at 7 p.m. Civil Service Commission on Tuesday, January 24th at 6:30 p.m. And Board of Zoning Building Appeals, Thursday, January 26th at 6:30. Do I have a motion to adopt?
So moved, Mr. President.
Have a first by Mr. Weaver and a second by Mr. Schnetzer. Any discussion? Okay, Jeremy, please call the roll.
Weaver,
Yes.
Schnetzer,
Yes.
Angelou,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
McGregor,
Yes.
Padova,
Yes.
Renner.
Yes. All right. Thus concludes our organizational meeting. All right. I'd like to go ahead and call to order our regular meeting. And for the record, let's enter in a roll call, please.
Angelou, Bowers,
Yes.
McGregor,
Yes.
Padova,
Yes.
Renner,
Yes.
Schnetzler. Weaver.
Wonderful. Do we have any additions or corrections to our regular meeting agenda tonight? Okay, seeing there are none. Item C, hearing of visitors. What everybody is waiting for. We have swearing in for Gahanna police officer and dispatcher. So Mayor, I'll turn it over to you and Chief.
Thank you, Mr. President. We first will have our swearing in of our new Gahanna police officer, and I'm going to turn this over to our interim director of public safety, Matt Roth. And Chief Spence.
If we could do the communications technician first?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure. We had dinner reservations, Chief. We had a plan. But go ahead.
Thank you, members of council. Haley, come on up. Haley Howell, she's just started with us. She's been on for a few weeks as a communications technician, one in our brand-new communications center, and she came to us through a recommendation. One of our former officers retired, went to work at Eastland Fairfield Career Center, had Haley as a student, highly recommended her, and she's joining us in the communications center. So, Director, have you...
Hi, Haley. I'm Matt Roth. I'm interim safety director. You raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Haley Howell, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and statutes of the state of Ohio, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Gahanna, and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of communication technician for the Gahanna Division of Police, to which I have been appointed, so help me God. Congratulations.
Okay, and next is Curtis Stevenson. Curtis, come on up. Curtis is joining us from the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office as a lateral transfer into the division. Long time, very anchored in the Gahanna community for decades. The Shepherd Nazarene family, the extended law enforcement family. So we're lucky to bring Curtis back home. So with that, Curtis.
Raise your right hand, please. Repeat after me. I, Curtis Stevenson, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
That I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of America,
the Constitution and statutes of the state of Ohio,
the constitutions and statutes of the state of Ohio,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Gahanna,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Gahanna,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
discharge the duties of police officer
discharge the duties of a police officer
for the Gahanna Division of Police,
for the Gahanna Division of Police,
to which I have been appointed, so help me God.
to which I have been appointed, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, council. We have a number of pictures to take, but we'll do that outside.
We'll give everybody a few moments, and then we'll continue. Packed room.
We know the important people now.
I'm happy about the organization of council.
3 remaining fans in the audience. Everybody else is watching on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, the rest of our agenda is not really heavy. I don't see a problem moving slowly forward. Does anybody else? No. Okay. Do we have any speaker slips?
None this evening.
All right.
Mr. Strum out there, we could get one.
Yes, please.
All right. Item D, consent agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda as published?
So moved.
Have a first by Ms. Bowers. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second by Mr. Weaver. Any discussion? All right. Jeremy, please call the roll.
Bowers?
Yes.
Weaver?
Yes.
McGregor?
Yes.
Padova?
Yes.
Renner?
Yes.
Schnetzer? Yes. Angelou?
Yes.
Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you. Item E, correspondence and actions. Mr. Clerk, you have one.
Just one, as noted on the agenda, council did receive notice from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control for Bob Evans Restaurants for a new permit. This has been submitted to the Division of Police, and there are no objections from the division.
Wonderful. Thank you. What about my colleagues on council? Anything? Okay. Item F, representatives. CIC Community Improvement Corporation. Our first meeting of the year will be January 2nd at 8 o'clock. I'm not exactly sure.
That's today. That's today.
I meant January 17th. What? Sorry. Yeah. I read an article about light traveling backwards in time, so I'm just trying to practice. So, thank God. All right, sorry for that, but January 17th at 8 o'clock in the morning. The location, will that be here? Okay, wonderful. Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission, anything, Ms. Angelou?
Yeah, no, I don't have anything except that our first meeting will be on February 9th.
Wonderful, thank you. Convention and Visitors Bureau, Ms. Padova.
Thank you. I just want to remind everybody that the holiday lights at Creekside are still going until January 8th, so the rest of this week. And the weather looks somewhat nice, so it's a good time to go down and check them out if you haven't. And they, I believe, do still have the butterfly down there that helps support Nationwide Children's Hospital.
Wonderful, thank you. School Board, Ms. Bowers.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to share that the school board's organizational meeting will be on January the 11th. It can be viewed on YouTube or live at Clark Hall. I had the opportunity to meet with the liaison to the city from the school board, Daphne Mehring, last month, and had a good catch up with her on what's going on with the district and some of their big highlights. One of the big obstacles that Daphne shared is that there is a teacher shortage, and no surprise, I guess, that we acknowledge that there are shortages across various industries, but that the graduation rates out of OSU's College of Education are incredibly low right now. So Gahanna Jefferson School District is going to be working hard at attracting and retaining high-quality teachers to remain in the district, but that it has been very hard to attract people interested in the field, which is sad to hear. On a more positive note, I believe that there is a school compensation agreement draft that has been floated back to the city. I look forward to working on that to bring that issue to conclusion this year. That's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Item G, official reports. Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much. And Happy New Year to everybody. And I'm like you, the Rose Bowl parade on January 2nd just doesn't work. I'm sorry. But I'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year to all of you who are here today, those who might be watching from home instead of watching Penn State in the Rose Bowl game right now. This first council meeting of the year is always a time to both savor our milestones as to what we've accomplished, while we are also looking forward to the objectives that we have in the coming year as we work together to bring those goals into reality. Our focus in 2023, as you know, largely from our budget discussions, will be on projects that continue to enhance the quality of life for our residents and our businesses. A continuation of projects that address our aging infrastructure, our streets, sidewalk programs, sewer projects, roadway projects such as the roundabout construction at Taylor Station and Claycraft Road. We'll be moving forward with design work on trail extensions, most notably the Big Walnut Trail Section 8. Design work will be underway. Continuing pursuit of smart economic development projects that fill needs in our community, both today and for the future, and that have the opportunity to attract high-quality job opportunities for our residents. Certainly the Crescent at Central Park will be a big part of that, and partnering with our Gahanna Community Improvement Corporation as we work on redevelopment of the Creekside District and turning that downtown center into the vibrant and strong heartbeat of our community. And obviously bringing forth projects, bringing to fruition projects that will set us up for long-term success. The first quarter, we will look at bringing a finalized version of the first ever long-term capital improvement program to council. We've discussed that at length. The rewrite of our zoning code, which will be updated and modernized and consistent as we move forward for the future, are just a few of those projects. We will be making a return to the detailed written mayor's reports that I had been providing during COVID. I think those were very helpful. Now that we have the new reorganizational structure that will be going into place, I think providing those reports to both council and to our city attorney and to our residents are very helpful to keep you guys in the loop and updated as we move forward on projects. I guess finally, I'd like to say, our government is based on three equal branches. We're three equal branches that operate as a check and balances on each other. And we're three branches that must work collaboratively together towards a unified vision for our city. We've done that successfully, I think, for the last several years, which is why we've been able to get so much accomplished as we move forward. And I look forward to continuing that relationship as we begin the new year. I think it's important for me personally, in my role as mayor, to reaffirm my commitment to our residents, to our businesses, to you, our council members, to our city attorney, and to our staff members as well. But to reaffirm my commitment that my administration and I will continue to be open and transparent, that we will continue to operate with fiscal responsibility and accountability. That's a large part of the reorganizational structure that we are looking to implement in the new year, is to have those abilities to bring forward even more information to you. And that we will work together collaboratively with you as we continue to move Gahanna forward, not only for tomorrow, but for years to come. That's what our residents both need and want and expect from all of us. Again, I mentioned I will be re-implementing the detailed written mayor's reports, but I invite and encourage you to reach out to me at any time, call or email me. I'm happy to have a conversation, always happy to grab a cup of coffee, or later in the day if that works better for your calendars. That goes for council members, for our city attorney, and for our residents as well. We are here to serve, and I look forward to working with all of you in 2023 as we continue the momentum that we have built thus far and continue to move our city forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. City Attorney.
Thank you. I've already submitted my city attorney report, which is part of the agenda. I would like to note that there are only 2 cases that are currently pending, both for Speedway Transportation, and both of which have already been dismissed on their pleadings, meaning they didn't even state a claim. However, one's in the Court of Appeals. One was returned for us to file a summary judgment instead of a dismissal on the pleadings, and that summary judgment is pending. There has been another case filed by Mr. Anderson. I'm not quite sure I understand it. He was charged with a criminal offense for being a felon in possession of weapons, and this is a civil case asking for us to give him back his weapons, which we are not allowed to do. So that was just recently filed right after he got arrested on those other charges. So I assume that will be dismissed rather quickly as soon as we file our answer. I think actually we just filed our answer Friday on that case, and then we'll going to file a motion to dismiss because they're asking the court to perform an illegality. Other than that, though, the city's looking good. I have enjoyed working with all you guys. Like to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and I hope you've enjoyed working with me as much as I have with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Item H, council comment. Ms. Angelou.
Well, you know, it's hard to like come after Mayor Jadwin. Your words are just really, they're comforting to me because we need to be working together. And as long as we can work together, and we will have many things happening beautifully for this community. And we have to be able to trust you, and hopefully you can then trust us. And I want to thank you for those beautiful words that you spoke on that, and how you are so here all the time. And that makes all the difference in the world. So thank you for that. I think we're going to have a wonderful 2023. And let's face it, it can't be can't be worse than 2022. So I think that we're on our way maybe to being able to show what our community is. And quite honestly, we have the best community in all of the suburban places. And we have to let all of our people know that. And I want to thank CIC for allowing us to come in and see how things work in that. And that was just a wonderful opportunity for us to meet with the people on CIC and see what our people are doing. So I'm wishing everybody a Happy New Year, and have to get down to work. Thanks.
Thank you. Ms. McGregor.
Happy New Year. That's all.
Thank you. Mr. Weaver.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll be brief. Happy New Year, everyone. I want to thank my colleagues for their support in electing me as Vice President. Thank you very much. I am humbled, and I hope to serve the body well. I am very much so looking forward to the year ahead, and would echo the mayor's comments. Look forward to the continued partnership and moving the city forward. Want to extend my congratulations to Ms. Howell and Officer Stevenson on their new appointments. Welcome to the city of Gahanna. Thank you for all you do. I would also be remiss if I didn't express my condolences to the family of Claire Yoder. Served our community for many years as both a school board member and as a Jefferson Township trustee. And a fun little fact, my dad, who's an architect, actually worked for her husband for many years, who's owned an architecture firm as well.
And a member of Morpsey.
And member of Morpsey. So my condolences to the family. And thank you to Trustee Yoder for her years of service. So with that, Happy New Year, and thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Ms. Padova.
Thank you. I just want to wish everybody, hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday season, and Happy New Year to everybody, and congratulations to Mr. Weaver on his appointment of Vice President, and also Mr. Renner.
Thank you. Mr. Snetzer.
Nothing to add, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Bowers.
Thank you. First, I'd like to extend my congratulations to the Division of Police on the addition of the 2 new hires that were sworn in tonight. It's great to see the department continue to grow so that we can continue to serve residents in a community-based way, and I think that we're on a good track on that. I'd like to echo my condolences to the family of Claire Yoder, and also extend my condolences to the Malarski family on the untimely passing of a young family member last month. Congratulations to Mr. Renner and to Mr. Weaver on their elections to council leadership. I look forward to resuming a council leadership role in 2024. Congratulations and my gratitude to all who are serving and were nominated to boards and commissions tonight. These are important roles, as I continue to say. It's worth reflecting, however, that leadership isn't a title. Rather, it's how we elevate and advance policies and practices that move our community's values and the integrity of delivering on our commitments. In 2012, shortly after moving to Gahanna, I had the privilege to work with some young community leaders, most of whom were in their late teens and early 20s. One of these community leaders was Marshawn McCarroll. Marshawn said, "You have to build community to move community." And I strive to keep Marshawn's memory and legacy alive by keeping that sentiment close. In how we build up others, how we advance and support their needs, how we celebrate others' victories and encourage the growth of those coming up after us, it's how we build our community. Marshawn and other young adults were mission-focused. They identified what it was they sought to do and developed clear strategy to move their community toward it. In this 4th year of my first term, a role in which I have had the privilege to serve my Gahanna neighbors, I am clear on my mission and an inclusive strategy to ensure that we keep our stakeholders engaged and that the end product serves the needs and values of our residents. I look forward to working with my council colleagues and our council office staff, the mayor and her directors, the city attorney and deputy city attorney, the school board, along with Superintendent Deagle, and other civic boards and community leadership throughout Gahanna this year and forward. Thank you to all who serve in a leadership role, whether it is titled or untitled.
Thank you. My final comments, I'll be brief. The year before us, I think we've had a successful year behind, and we talked about the year before us is really transitional. I believe that we have a lot of good work to keep building a stronger Gahanna. Over the Christmas vacation, I read 2 books. One, I was really transfixed on this, is that how compassion can transform our politics, economy, and society. It's a collective works of studies done in the area of compassion to all sectors of our world. And I highly recommend even just looking it up. It's actually really good. The next thing is Brene Brown. You can never go wrong with Brene Brown. She has a lot of things to help you reflect on the world and society. Her book, The Atlas of the Heart, it's a little dated now, but it's still one of the greatest works. And I want to conclude with something that actually is in there. She says, "We can't connect with someone unless we're clear about where we end and they began." If there's no autonomy between people, and that's such a pivotal thing, if there's no autonomy between people, then there's no compassion or empathy, just enmeshment. And so I look forward to 2023, to building and maturing this idea of compassion in our society, and hopefully we can get somewhere better. The other thing is I wanted to thank my colleagues for, again, trusting me as being the president of the council. You know me, I'm very open, transparent, and always open to new ideas and public debate about every issue. My record already speaks strongly for that. So thank you kindly, and I am humbly your servant. Thank you. Do we need a motion? We need a motion to adjourn.